Caitlin Clark's historic hot streak is rewriting the WNBA record book. Caitlin Clark is not just having a good stretch. She is rewriting what a good stretch looks like. The Indiana Fever star has ripped off one of the most dominant runs in WNBA history over the past 2 weeks, and the numbers behind it are the kind that stop even casual fans in their tracks. Over her last 5 games, Clark has averaged 29.0 points and 9.0 assists per game, a combination no player in the history of the league had ever reached across a 5-game span. She is scoring like a franchise centerpiece and setting up teammates like a pure point guard at the same time, and defenses still have not found an answer, a triple-double that made history. The signature moment of the run came against Portland, where Clark posted a triple-double of 26 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists. It was a kind of complete stat line that shows up maybe a handful of times a season across the entire league, and it capped a stretch that has pushed her into territory no WNBA player had occupied before. What makes the streak so striking is the balance. Plenty of scorers can get hot for a week. Plenty of playmakers can rack up assists. Doing both at an elite level, night after night, is what separates this run from a simple hot shooting stretch. Clark is carrying Indiana's offense and orchestrating it in the same breath. The Fever are winning like never before. The individual brilliance has come with team results. Indiana reeled off a record run of 5 consecutive games, scoring 100 points or more to win, an unprecedented offensive stretch that speaks to how thoroughly the Fever have been rolling during Clark's surge. When your best player is producing historic numbers and the team is scoring at will night after night, the whole operation starts to feel like appointment viewing. That is exactly what it has become. The Fever have turned into the WNBA's biggest draw, and the ratings prove it. Record ratings follow her everywhere. The audience numbers have been every bit as historic as the box scores. The recent Fever Links broadcast on ABC drew an average of 2.5 million viewers and peaked at 3.1 million, making it one of the most watched WNBA games ever aired on an ESPN-produced broadcast. That single-game audience was up 77% compared to the network's regular season average from a year ago. This has been the pattern all season. Wherever Clark plays, viewership spikes, arenas sell out, and opposing teams move their home games against Indiana to larger buildings to meet demand. She has become the rare athlete who moves a needle for an entire sport, not just her own team, and the league is riding the wave. Even her warm-ups go viral. The fascination extends well beyond the 40 minutes of game action. Clark's pre-game walk-ins and tunnel outfits have become a social media event of their own, dissected and shared before she ever touches the court. Her warm-up routine, right down to the long-range shot she launches from near half-court, has become mandatory footage on broadcasts because producers know viewers do not want to miss it. It is a level of off-court attention usually reserved for the biggest names in men's sports, and it reflects how completely Clark has crossed over from basketball star to cultural figure. The outfits trend, the highlights trend, and the debate about her impact trends right alongside them. What comes next? The obvious question is how long this can last. Historic 5-game stretches, by definition, are hard to sustain, and opposing defenses will keep throwing everything they have at her. But the deeper point is not whether Clark keeps averaging 29 and 9 forever. It is that she has raised the ceiling for what is possible, drawn millions of new eyes to the WNBA, and turned a midsummer stretch into must-see television. For a league that has spent years fighting for mainstream attention, that may be the most valuable stat of all. Caitlin Clark is playing the best basketball of her young career, and the whole country is watching her do it.